The mystery of Seoul 798, when the light fades behind an artist's smile. Hello to all art lovers and those who seek the truth behind the curtain. This is breaking news that no one in China's entertainment world can ignore. Inside the quiet halls of Seoul 798 Art Museum, where beauty and memory intertwine, two of China's brightest stars, Su Kai and Tan Songyun, stepped into what should have been an ordinary exhibition. But what they found that night was not art. It was a clue, a whisper, a silent trace tied to the mysterious death of actor Yu Manglong, whose sudden passing years ago still leaves countless hearts broken. From that moment, something within both Su Kai and Tan Songyun shattered forever. Because what they discovered was something no one was ever meant to see. Darkness inside the light. That evening began peacefully. Su Kai and Tan Songyun had been invited to a private cultural event at Seoul 798, the beating heart of Beijing's art district. The museum glowed under dim light. Its brick walls and echoing corridors carried a quiet eeriness. The exhibition theme: Portraits of Time, honoring artists who had shaped Asian entertainment. Among hundreds of portraits, one familiar face stopped them in their tracks. A portrait of Yu Manglong, once a shining star before a tragic accident took his life 2 years prior. Tan Songyun smiled faintly. She had once worked with him on an unreleased film. Su Kai had admired his calm presence, his quiet gravity, the silent flame of Chinese cinema. Yet as they stepped closer, the air changed. The music faded. A chill crept through the room. Beneath the portrait sat a small metal plaque, engraved with the words, May 12th, 2023, the day the light went out. At first, they assumed it was part of the display. But Su Kai noticed something odd, a faint smudge on the glass frame, like a fingerprint. He leaned in. A faint scent of smoke of burned metal. This doesn't feel like a normal exhibit, he murmured. The museum manager hesitated before replying. That piece arrived anonymously. It was found sealed inside an abandoned warehouse near Yu Manglong's old apartment. No one knows who sent it. The color drained from Tan Songyun's face. She remembered that place, the same warehouse where Yu Manglong was last seen alive. Echoes from the night. After the event, they returned to their hotel in silence. But by the next day, the internet exploded. An alleged museum employee wrote online, I saw them, Su Kai and Tan Songyun. They looked as if they'd seen a ghost. Speculation spread like wildfire. Then an anonymous file surfaced, titled simply, Manglong_798, MMP4. The clip lasted only 47 seconds. Grainy surveillance footage, timestamped 11:47 p.m., hours after the gala had ended. In the empty corridor where Yu Manglong's portrait hung, a figure appeared, still, silent. He wasn't walking. He was staring directly into the camera. The face, identical to Yu Manglong's. Social media went into meltdown. Some claimed it was a digital glitch. Others swore it was his spirit, returning to the place where his story had ended too soon. That night, Tan Songyun couldn't sleep. She opened her phone and scrolled through their old messages. The last one from him read, Don't believe everything you see in the light. Sometimes the truth hides better in the dark. Traces erased. Haunted by that message, Su Kai began digging deeper. But the museum's archive showed nothing. The original footage had been deleted only hours after it leaked. Every trail he followed led to a single anonymous donor, initials YL, matching Yu Manglong's own signature from years ago. Tan Songyun tried to reassure him. Maybe someone just wanted to honor him. Yet in her eyes lingered the same fear. The truth wasn't resting easy. Then, one morning, an independent journalist posted a photo of the back of the portrait's frame. Behind the canvas, a folded scrap of paper bore shaky handwriting. If you're reading this, tell them I tried. Handwriting experts confirmed. It matched Yu Manglong's. The nation was shaken. Fans wept. Emoji candles flooded Weibo. Celebrities from China and Korea posted tributes. When art speaks for the dead. Weeks later, Seoul 798 held a private memorial. No cameras, no reporters. Only Su Kai, Tan Songyun, and a few of Yu Manglong's closest friends. The gallery was silent except for the faint hum of lights. Su Kai whispered. "He came back to ask for help, didn't he?" Tan Songyun nodded, tears falling. "And we were too late." After the ceremony, the museum manager revealed that the portrait belonged to an unreleased collection, self-portraits of actors who had faced inner darkness and mental struggles under fame. All of them had either passed away or vanished from the public eye. Yu Manglong's portrait was the only one labeled incomplete. Perhaps that was the cruelest truth. His art, his smile, his story, none of it ever truly finished. The final evidence. During restoration, technicians uncovered a fragment of a broken camera lens embedded in the canvas paint. It matched the model Yu Manglong used for his personal vlogs. Su Kai held the fragment up to the light. The reflection bent and shimmered, like a spirit trapped between worlds, begging to be seen. The legacy that remains. Today, Seoul 798 still welcomes visitors. Some bring white flowers. Others leave folded notes that read simply, "Thank you, Manglong. You appeared, even when no one could see you." They say that at night, if you stand long enough before the portrait, the light above flickers once, as if someone unseen acknowledges your presence. Guards avoid that corridor after midnight. But when Su Kai and Tan Songyun are asked about that night, they only smile sadly. Sometimes art is the only way a soul can finish its sentence. Epilogue. The light goes out, but the memory burns on. The story of the 798 mystery has become more than rumor. It's a legend, reminder that truth never dies. It only hides, waiting for someone brave enough to listen. Months later, Tan Songyun was quietly asked in an interview, if you could say one last thing to him, what would it be? She paused, voice trembling. If heaven has a stage, I hope he's performing there now without fear. The museum has since rotated its exhibits. But deep inside, down the quiet west corridor, Yu Manglong's portrait still remains. And sometimes, for those who linger, a faint whisper drifts through the air. I'm still here. If this story touched your heart, light a candle, not just for Yu Manglong, but for every artist who illuminated our world, while battling the darkness within.